Going on, guys? I hope you had a very happy new year. I hope this year is a lot better than last year, and so far it isn't. Oh well. So, anyway, today I thought I would talk about my most anticipated movies of 2021, which looking at it is mostly movies that were supposed to come out in 2020, but they didn't. So, this is not a ranking list by any means. This is a movie list where I just rank by release date as of right now because there are definitely some movies on here that will probably be moved in some way. Unfortunately, because of things that are going on in the world, they're still ravaging, unfortunately. Again, all release dates are subject to change, so let's get to it. The first one up is a movie called Malcolm and Marie, which is a movie starring Zendaya and John David Washington. The first trailer was just released. It's going to be released on Netflix next month. And they shot this movie during the pandemic, and the trailer looks very interesting, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. Up next is Judas and the Black Messiah, a movie starring Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out, Lakeith Stanfield from Get Out, and Sorry to Bother You. This looks like a very interesting movie. I've never heard of this story before, and the first trailer, when it first came out back this summer, it definitely got my interest, but now it has my attention with its February release date. Also, while we're at it, Nomadland is finally supposed to come out later this year. Finally, I'll hopefully get a chance to see it because apparently it's going to drop on Hulu as well sometime in February. So hopefully I do get a chance to see it. Up next is No Time to Die. I put this one on here. Right now, it's still scheduled for April, but there's news going around that it's probably going to be delayed till November again. No Time to Die, I'm interested because this is Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie, and usually with his movies, it's like, okay, there's a good one, then it's a bad one, then it's a good one, then it's a bad one. So I'm hoping this is a good send-off to his version of James Bond. The trailers were interesting. With Rami Malek as a villain, this should be really interesting as well. Up next, A Quiet Place 2, the movie that was supposed to come out the weekend after everything just shut down. Man. I'm definitely really looking forward to A Quiet Place 2. I was definitely shocked when they moved it last year. And I'm definitely intrigued by how they're going to continue with this story. And also I'm intrigued by apparently there's a spin-off movie coming out soon. Oh, we'll find out what that's about. Up next is a horror movie called Last Night in Soho. Now, if you have not heard of this movie, I would definitely keep this on your radar because it's directed by Edgar Wright. And unlike Shaun of the Dead, this is going to be a full-on horror movie. From what I heard, it stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Terrence Stamp. And I don't know anything about this movie. And I'm still really intrigued, only because Edgar Wright. That's all I really gotta say. Next up is the first of 4 Marvel movies on this list, Black Widow. I was initially skeptical of this movie because I didn't know who the director was. I kind of thought a Black Widow movie was honestly unnecessary considering the events in Avengers Endgame. But after the trailers came out, I was like, oh, this actually looks very interesting. And I was definitely intrigued after this, even more intrigued after the second trailer. And I was really looking forward to it. Obviously, I was disappointed that it was delayed, but again, obvious. I hear they might put it on Disney Plus with a premium, but we'll have to wait and see about that. Up next, Free Guy, the Ryan Reynolds comedy, which that looks really funny, honestly. I don't care. It's probably not going to be that good, but I'll definitely look forward to seeing that. Next up, we have The Conjuring 3, also known as The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Honestly, I'm surprised this movie didn't come out in 2019. It kind of seemed like there was a nice pattern going. You have a Conjuring movie, then a spin-off movie, then a Conjuring movie, 2 spin-off movies, then there's probably another Conjuring movie in 2019. Oh well, we got Annabelle Comes Home, or whatever it was. I hope this is a really good addition to the Conjuring franchise. I really do like this franchise overall. Didn't really care for The Nun or Annabelle Comes Home. But the Conjuring movies haven't disappointed me yet. I am a little concerned, however, because James Wan is not directing this one. Instead, the person directing is the director of The Curse of La Llorona, a movie that I did not really care for, unfortunately, but we'll wait and see. Up next is the second Marvel movie on this list, Shang-Chi, just because it's Marvel. I enjoy Marvel no matter what they do, even when they're not necessarily that good. I still enjoy it no matter what. Up next is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Now, this was like one of the last movies to film before production just shut down everywhere. I'm definitely intrigued because this is going to be a rated R movie. I'm definitely interested by this interesting new cast. You got Margot Robbie returning. You got Jai Courtney returning, I think. You also have people like Idris Elba, John Cena, Pete Davidson in this movie for some reason. It's definitely going to be more R-rated than the other Suicide Squad movies, so we'll have to wait and see how this one turns out. Up next is Candyman, and I'm going to make sure I don't say his name 5 times. The trailer for this movie dropped for The Invisible Man last year, and I was definitely very intrigued, not mainly because of Jordan Peele's involvement. The trailer I thought was very effective. It creeped me out. Definitely looking forward to this one. It's coming out in August, so hopefully it stays in August. We'll see. Up next is Dune, a movie that I'm definitely intrigued by, even though I've never really seen anything, or I haven't seen the original Dune movie. I haven't read the book. Just takes a while for both, I guess. And I'm definitely intrigued by the trailer. Really impressed me. The casting is interesting. The director is very interesting as well. I definitely do want to see this on IMAX. I know they're going to release it on HBO Max, which I'll talk about in another video very soon. But I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Up next is the third Marvel movie on this list, Eternals. I'm very interested in this because the cast seems very interesting, including Angelina Jolie, Kumail Nanjiani, Kit Harington, Brian Tyree Henry. This, I don't know much about it, but I'm definitely intrigued because, once again, Marvel. I enjoy Marvel no matter what. Yeah, well, most of the time I enjoy Marvel. There's like 1 or 2 movies I don't like, but whatever. But I'm definitely intrigued. It was supposed to come out last year, but no. Up next is Mission Impossible 7, the franchise that surprisingly just gets better and better. Like, I thought 5 couldn't be topped, and then 6. I thought Rogue Nation couldn't be topped, and then Fallout came out, and I'm definitely curious what they'll do with Mission Impossible 7 at this point. Don't know too much, other than Tom Cruise just had a massive freak out on set. Up next is the Untitled Spider-Man sequel. I'm always interested in whatever Spider-Man's doing, well, mostly, and this is basically the live-action Spider-Verse movie at this point. Definitely interested because not only are they bringing in Benedict Cumberbatch back as Doctor Strange, but they're bringing in Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, Kirsten Dunst. I'm definitely very intrigued by how they're going to incorporate all these characters into this movie. But then again, I'm always worried when a Spider-Man movie adds a bunch of characters, like Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. So hopefully this one's good. And Sam Raimi's now involved with the MCU, so hopefully they'll get it right. The last movie that is dated as of right now is The Matrix 4. I'm intrigued by this movie, not because I'm a big Matrix fan. I do like the first one enough. I don't really care for the sequels. Kind of intrigued because Keanu Reeves is back, and I'm wondering how they're going to explain that, considering what happened in Matrix 3. Also, it's a pretty interesting cast, like Neil Patrick Harris is in it, Priyanka Chopra's in it, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II's in it. So, we'll have to look out for that. Now, there's a bunch of movies that are not dated, and I'm not going to mention a lot of them, because I don't know when they'll be released, if they'll be released this year. Don't Look Up. It's a movie directed by Adam McKay, stars Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, and that doesn't even scrape the surface of this cast, interestingly enough. Nightmare Alley, the next Guillermo del Toro movie. There's definitely a lot of things that will hopefully come out in 2021, but let's just hope that people get vaccinated and things go back to normal, hopefully. Or we start a new normal. So, what are your most anticipated movies for 2021? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.